because it matters to me, I give my time and love to it. All right. So today we're talking about spiritual IQ, spiritual intelligence quotient, which is not often spoken about. And if it is, I haven't even looked at this stuff. I'm just going from the inner guidance from my inner genius, who I'm so attached to. And it is so friggin' brilliant. And so I just listen to it because, this is 40 plus years of compiling information, studying more than that. It's like 60 years in my brain, probably, or 100 years. I don't know. Maybe thousands. Anyway, it's unimportant how long. What I'm saying is I spent a lot of time studying people and looking at what is observable and verifiable through experience. Experience based on pleasure, connection, growth, power, all those things, okay? The apex human experience. And this is something, of course, my doctor was focused, originally was going to focus on, because I knew people in the Bohemian Grove, literally. No, figuratively. I actually knew members of the Bohemian Grove. So I wanted to study exceptional members of society. I knew people from the upper 0.0000001%. And living in the Bay Area, interacted with a lot of people on that level. A lot of people on that level. And got exposed to beautiful, amazing things as a result. And I stayed away from the dark stuff. I by some spiritual, we'll call it perfection, I was shielded from that, but because I don't resonate with that. I resonate with apex life and apex living, but not the dark stuff. Okay. So anyway, no one's here yet, but we're going to put it out because people are going to watch this later, and it's so important that I get right into the topic. Talking about spiritual IQ today, we know what emotional IQ is. We know what IQ is. IQ is, right? We know emotional intelligence quotient. We know intelligence quotient. But we don't know SIQ, or spiritual intelligence quotient. And the thing is, this is the thing. Spiritual intelligence quotient, I'm going to put, I hope everybody's well, okay? All right. Spiritual intelligence quotient, I haven't looked it up, but I can almost guarantee you. Hello, Simon is, hello, I'm Simon. Welcome, Simon. Devin Lester, happy Wednesday. All right, I see you spelled it weed day. Okay. Hello from Tucson. That's where I was born. Very beautiful. Hope all is well. Thank you, Devin Lester. Man, hello. Your name is Man. You must have gotten that name early on. Hello. From London. From London. I'm going to work. One of these days I'm going to go there and live there for a couple of years and adopt a little bit of a Londoner accent. Or anyway, okay. I love the name of this next person. Negro. Love it. Hello there, Negro. Love it. Beautiful play on words. Drax SFN. Hi. Diz Kratz. Or it could be Dish, Kreitz. Dish Kreitz. Okay, hello from Croatia. Okay, yeah, of course. It's a Slavic language there. Okay, Drax SSN. I'm also from London. Oh, beautiful. I'm glad I'm getting the Londoners in here. All right, Angel Star, welcome, Angel Star. Hello. And Man, welcome. And Che Polo, hello and welcome. I'm talking about spiritual intelligence quotients, or SIQ. This is about spiritual intelligence quotient. The thing is, very few, I haven't even looked it up, but I can almost guarantee you there's some bullshit out there about spiritual intelligence means you connect with the trees. And there's so much bullshit, y'all. It's like, it's easy to see, though, when you activate your inner genius and you start to smell the bullshit before you even get near the farm, right? You can tell before you even get there. And what it is like, most bullshit is about dumbing your brain down and making you a weak person and turning you into a battery that fuels society. So all of this stuff here is about apex human awakening, geopolitical Christianity. We're about transcending that and becoming the apex human that you can be, so you can live in life and walk through life with confidence, clarity, enthusiasm, and divine flow. All right. So Che Polo says, "Oh, hi, I'm in a car behind you." Oh, are you? All right, Che. Sure. Man, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest. Always, always, always. Allahu Akbar. When I was in the Middle East, the one thing I thought was really funny, it was how like mundane they were with Allahu Akbar, with the prayer, the call to prayer. They would be like, Allahu Akbar, Allah, and there'd be a guy praying, doing the call of prayer, and he just was like, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It was like he was just over it. So every religion has BS, okay? So anyway, all right, man says man. All right, Allahu Akbar. All right, so anyway, spiritual IQ. There is a hierarchy to spiritual intelligence. So today we're going to talk about, and we know EIQ, we know IQ, but very few people talk about spiritual IQ. Today we're going to talk about IQ, spiritual IQ, what it is, the hierarchy, and how you can improve your spiritual IQ through your Apex Human Awakening or Geopolitical Christianity. I'm going to check in on the last comment here by Drax SFN. Everybody like the live stream. Thank you, Drax SFN. Thank you, Drax. I appreciate you. God bless you, Drax. I'm going to pin you. I'm going to pin your comment. I at least know how to do that. Boom. God bless you, Drax SFN. All right. Everybody like the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what is spiritual intelligence quotient? What is it? Spiritual intelligence is your ability and aptitude to understand transcendent experience and contextualize it for everyday life. Everyday life. Like your ability to have a transcendent experience and apply that to your everyday life in a way that works. That's what spiritual intelligence quotient is. And there's a hierarchy. The people at the very bottom, and we're going to get into that hierarchy. The people at the very bottom are atheists. And I'm not talking about just people that call themselves atheists. I'm talking about people, they may call themselves Christians or Muslims or Hindus or whatever, but they do not have an experience with the transcendent. So they have absolutely no ability to draw from the spiritual experience because they don't have spiritual experience, okay? Those are people at the very bottom. The next level up are the agnostics, okay? These are people, agnostics by name. These are people that are looking for spiritual experience. They don't know how to contextualize it yet, and they're doing their best. They're doing their best, but they don't know. They haven't had the experience. They haven't had their awakening, okay? The people above the agnostics and the atheists are the religionists, okay? And these are people that have had a spiritual experience, but they're allowing an organization to determine what their spiritual experience is. So the organization, the church, the masjid, the synagogue, the temple, the pagan hut in the hole in the wall in the woods, whatever it is telling them how they contextualize their spiritual or transcendent experience. All right, those are religionists. Doesn't matter what religion it is, it's all the same. And then above that are the spiritual people. All right, spiritual people have developed a certain level of spiritual maturity. And what they have found is they've had these spiritual experiences. And oh, thank you so much. I subscribe to like your opinions and I agree with you. Thank you, Drax SFN. I'm going to make sure that I say Drax SSF. Drax SFN. All right. But the people that are spiritual have a certain level of spiritual maturity. So they've had transcendent experiences. They're able to contextualize them outside of the church, outside of the religious institution, outside of society, and they're able to successfully apply their spiritual experience. Okay? And these are not the astrology girls or the crystal girls or the, I don't know, the red pill bros. I mean, they're still the religionists. These are people that have gone just a little bit beyond that. Like they had a near-death experience, they've taken psychedelics or something like that, and they say, oh, you know what? I had this transcendent experience, and it's beyond anything I know in the world, and now let me apply it to my everyday life. I learned to love people better. I've learned to be more effective in my life. I've learned to be more confident, whatever. They're applying their spiritual experience, whether it's dreams, psychedelic experience, whatever. And then there are the people above them. And those are those of you who let a light like Drax SFN. And these are the apex spiritually awakened individuals. Again, these are the people at the top of the pyramid. Okay? And that's you, Drax SFN. These are the people who have reached the unitive level. So not only are they applying their spiritual experience with success, they're having exceptional success, and they've actually gotten to the point where they can shape reality. They have the ability to shape and mold reality. And again, look, it doesn't have to be at a massive level. It can be at the slightest level. It can be, I had a dream last night. to go and talk to this person, or I had a dream last night to go buy a lottery ticket and I won the lottery or something like that. That's the apex level. And this is the highest of the pyramid. And these people have so much confidence and they walk through life with so much clarity and flow that people look at them like saints, like gods, like divas, or devas, pardon me, not divas, devas, or prophets, or these sorts of things. These are people that when you look at them, you say they're spiritually in tune, and you feel their power. And it can be power for good or for quote unquote evil. So these are people at the very top. And look, spirituality is non-moralistic, okay? It is not based on ethics per se, because demonic forces are spiritual. They are unseen. They are transcendent. They are beyond this level. So just because you've reached the apex level doesn't necessarily mean you're a nice, good, moralistic person. But it does mean you've taken from the transcendent level of experience and understanding, and you're able to apply it to your everyday world. Okay? So to reach the fourth level, the apex level, you must improve your spiritual IQ. How do you improve your spiritual IQ? It's through geopolitical Christianity, the apex human awakening. And that is through 5 steps, 5 easy steps: prayer, meditation, scripture, solitude, and fellowship. Prayer, simple. Focus on the thing that you desire. Know that it is yours, whatever it is, whether it's growth, whether it's money or health or relationships, and know that it's yours. That gives you confidence and trust so you can let go of the desire and just live your life. Okay? Next thing is meditation, is exposing yourself to a mantra. It can be love, 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 love. You don't say it out loud, say it within yourself. Peace, 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 prosperity, prosperity, whatever it is, but you focus on a mantra, a concept, an idea consistently, and you drown everything else out. And if you lose focus, just come back to focus. Very easy. And then scripture, any scripture. The Bible is the apex scripture. The Bible is the most important scripture. It is the best scripture. It is the top scripture. It is the apex scripture, because it is the best of all religions, all spiritual paths compiled into one book. Okay? And then, but all scriptures have their value. But the Bible is the top. All right. And then there's solitude. Get away from people that are not serving your highest purpose, your highest path. The knuckleheads, the idiots. Cut them out of your life as much as you can, or minimize your interactions with them. And then finally, fellowship. Now you cut off the knuckleheads. Now you expose yourself to valuable people. Okay. And then, so there's that. That's how you improve it. People, and let's see here. Yep. We have everybody like this. Thank you. I love Drax SFN. All right. So people who have reached the apex spiritual level, the apex spiritual IQ, have understood these 5 things, and they've done it through those 5 things, but they've reached the 4 pillars of geopolitical Christianity, which are rational selfishness, self-transcendence, moral objectivity, and intrinsic virtue. It means God's law is written in their heart. They don't need a church to tell them how to be a good person. Moral objectivity, again, they can see and they know how to be a moral person objectively, not based on what the church tells you or society tells you, but objectively. So when society tells you go kill off that ethnic group, they're going to say, yeah, that doesn't serve me. That's not moral. I'm not going to do it. Just because society says, do whatever, you're not going to do it. And of course, self-transcendence, you understand that the world is a reflection of you, and then you're rationally selfish. You're going to live selfishly to the highest extent of that, and rationally, not just eating all the last cookies at the Christmas party. You're going to understand that if you make enemies, that lands on you negatively. So you're going to be the best person you can be. Okay? And they also, those at the apex level, have unified the right-hand path and the left-hand path. A lot of the religionists can't move beyond that level. They can't reach the apex, and they can't become spiritual or apex enlightened, is because they're still afraid of darkness. They're afraid of the dark energies. They're afraid of Satan. They're afraid of demons. They don't understand that these are just energies. Life in God flows this way. Demonic forces flow the other way. All you do is get in the flow of God, and you're good. Demonic forces can't hurt you, especially when you build momentum. So they're afraid of that, and so they stay away from it, and they end up getting pushed back in the opposite flow of life. Okay? So in closing, spiritual IQ has been defined as your ability and aptitude when it comes to transcendent experience. Can you take transcendent experience and apply it to your life with success? Okay? If you can't do that, you're an atheist because you don't have any transcendent experience. You don't know what's going on. The atheists on the bottom of the list. Then you have the agnostics. Then you have the religionists of all forms, the spiritual girls that do the crystals and astrology. Don't know what they're talking about. They're the same. Astrology has value. It's very important. It's a good science. But there are a lot of girls going around, oh, you're an Aquarius, so you're this. No, that's not true. There's so many layers to astrology, they don't know. But the religionists are there, and then right above the religionists are the spiritual people, and then you have the apex awakened people who have brought together right and left hand path. They know how to take spiritual understandings and transcendent experience and apply it to their everyday. All right. And also, they like, share, subscribe to this channel because this is the Apex Human Awakening. All right. So we defined the spiritual intelligence quotient. The spiritual intelligence quotient, we talked about the hierarchy. Also understand that you can unlock the highest levels while you can unlock the highest levels of spiritual intelligence. You can totally unlock those levels, but you have to tap into your Apex Human Awakening to do that. And again, spirituality is not about airy-fairy stuff, right? This is, again, Jesus said this. Spirituality is when you are able to experience something that is not perceptible through the senses, the 5 or 6 senses, and bring that awareness into life with success. And what is success? That's harmony, that's productivity, that's purpose, that's pleasure, that's power, that's peace, and that's flow. And so if a spirit comes and talks to you and tells you, go kill that person over there. Stupid. Doesn't work. That has no value to you. That does not increase the harmony, pleasure, and purpose of life. It just doesn't. And so you have to be able to tap into the transcendent and apply it in a positive, productive, purposeful, and peaceful way. Now, let's jump in the. Oh, Jay is back. Jay, I love that little. I just love that little icon that you got. Did you write the book you were offering in your earlier stream? Yes. If so, why is it? Why the title? Okay, why the title? You're just too intelligent to do that. That's strategic profanity, and I'll get the book because people need to see this. Thank you, Jay. That's a great question. Everybody like the stream. Thank you, Drax SFN. So why the title? Hey, God, wake the fuck up. So there's a story in the Bible. This is in the introduction to the book. There's a story in the Bible of Elijah. And Elijah and this is strategic use of profanity. I use profanity strategically. I want to clear out the religionists. I do not want moralistic religionists people here. They're never going to reach apex human understanding. When they hear words like shit, fuck, piss, nigger, they freak out and they run away. And that's a filter. That's a filter. Anyway, so I use profanity as strategically as a filter. But anyway, why did I entitle it, Hey God, wake the fuck up? So Elijah in the Bible, if you understand the Bible, there's the Old Testament, New Testament. The Old Testament prophet Elijah was a major prophet. And he was on Mount Carmel with a bunch of pagan, heathen priests. And, they were Israel at this time had fallen into a devolved state, like the United States, like a lot of the world. It was devolved. It was demonic. It was all messed up. And so Elijah said, look, I'm going to show these people once and for all who is really God. And so the priests of Baal and the priests and Elijah, the only prophet of God, went and gathered, and he said, we're going to have a showdown. So priest of Baal, you're going to build an altar out of stones, and then you're going to, whoever's altar is going to be lit by God, by the fire from heaven, is the real God. So the priests of Baal went and built their altar, and they put the animals on and all that stuff, and then Elijah built his altar. And then Elijah said, hey, go get a ton of water, pour it on my altar. Now, he covered with rocks and stones and water and everything. He covered it with water until there was water around the altar. The altar was drenched in water. The priests of Baal like, what is he doing? Burned up the altar and burned up the water and everything. Burned up the stones, burned up everything. There was nothing left. And so the priests of Baal, but before this happened, the priests of Baal were jumping around, cutting themselves, screaming, oh Baal, oh Baal, oh Baal, please come. And Elijah mocked them. And this is why the book is titled, Hey God, wake the fuck up. Elijah mocked them and said this very thing. He said, maybe your God is sleeping. That's why he's not sending fire from heaven. Maybe he's sleeping. Maybe he's away on a date. Maybe he's sleeping. And so the title of the book is for all the religionists to pray to God until their eyes fall out of their fucking head and God never does anything for them. And it's saying, God, hey God, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. It's not God, because God's awake, but their God. They're praying to a sky phantom who's dead, who's asleep, who's useless. I did that for many years. And, until I met God for real, I was praying to a dead God, like the priests of Baal, cutting myself, sacrificing, praying, fasting, doing all the things I do to get God to wake up. God was fucking asleep because I was praying to a dead, useless idol like Baal. I tapped into the real God of heaven and earth, the Most High, the Almighty, the true God of heaven and earth. And then I started to see results in my life. I started to live. I started to feel like I was alive every day. And I loved life and relished it, despite what my circumstances are. So that's why the book is titled, Hey God, Wake the Fuck Up. Because it talks about real experience, real things. Okay, sorry, I got on a tangent there. So yeah, thank you for that question, Jay. Thank you so much. I just love your icon there. Crunch in Daniels. Let's see, Crunch Daniels. Thoughts on Shroud of Turin. Shroud of Turin is really interesting if you really get into it. I just think that there was a technology that they had back then. By the way, the light that would have been used to produce that shroud had to have been out of this world. Like, I mean, the science behind it is really interesting. I'm convinced that in the Renaissance period or prior, there was a reuptake in apex civilization. We actually, because think about the cathedrals that still exist. We can't build those today. We cannot. If you've been inside the Mason Ziggurat in Washington D.C., which I have, because again I have ties to the upper 1% zero. I have ties to all that stuff. Anyway, the elite, the Illuminati. But when you go inside that ziggurat and you see it, you realize that we could not build that today. What were they doing 200, 300 years ago? There's something missing in our history. So the Shroud of Turin probably came from that, Crunch Daniels. So very good question. And then Jay again, okay, I get it now. Thank you for that. You probably got it as soon as I tell the story. I just went off on a tangent. Everybody like the stream, like Drax SFN said. Everybody like the stream. If you're in here, like the stream, y'all. All right, Crunch Daniels, I completely agree with you there. Thank you, Crunch Daniels. Everybody likes the stream. Oh yeah, I pinned the comment. That's why I keep saying it. All right. So anyway, we covered what spiritual IQ is. Spiritual intelligence quotient is how you understand and conceptualize and apply spiritual experience, transcendent experience, dreams, voices from above. Be careful with that because you might have a little brain things loose. You might need to go see a psychiatrist. But if you're hearing voices and they're not telling you to do bad things, you're okay. As soon as they tell you go burn things down, go see a psychiatrist, get some help. Okay. Yeah. So spiritual intelligence quotient is your ability to take spiritual experience and bring it into reality in a successful way. And I can tell you, listen. The most important and powerful inventions, the discovery of DNA. Oh God, I can go down the list. I don't remember all of them at this very moment. Excuse me, I do remember them, but I'm not recalling all of them. But many of them came from spiritual experience through either, very rarely through psychedelics, but there's certain, and I really mean that. Like psychedelics, the people try and tout that as a big thing. It's not. It's not that super great. It's like, again, it's illegal, so don't do it. But spiritual experience, dreams, prayer, meditation, reading scripture, people have found some of the greatest inventions that have changed human experience, have enlightened people through spiritual experience. That's the apex level of spiritual intelligence quotient. So when you reach the highest level of spiritual intelligence quotient, you will see results in your life. And it's not just going to be earth-shattering stuff. It can be relationship. Look, Bet David, he had a dream about his wife. That's how he met her. Who else? A Wes Huff. If you guys follow any of those people, same thing. Stephen and Greer. Uh, so a lot of the greatest minds and times and most influential people had spiritual experiences, transcendent experiences that helped them to improve their lives, improve their health, improve their success, and actually help humanity, help the story. That is our purpose here as humans. As apex humans, we are here to enhance, enrich, and uplift the human experience, and not just improve ourselves and make ourselves look great, but to improve the human experience and to create this heaven on earth, golden age. And we're doing that now, and you're doing that now by being in this chat and liking, sharing, subscribing. Because when you like this video, it spreads the message. When you share this video, it spreads the message. When you subscribe, you get to hear more brilliant information. Okay? So thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting below. And I will see you all in the next video.